Ray Porcio, TopVelocity.net. Pitch analysis here at Gibson. We're going to pair him up with Cody Hall. So coming out of leg lift, you can see Cody sits really well. You can see a good linear force vector, but not collapse. You don't see internal rotation, which would kill stability in that leg. You can see that here with Gibson, little collapsing in internal rotation. So that means you're going to lose power, accelerating momentum. Upper bodies are similar. I would say Cody's a little bit more counter-rotated, which is going to help delaying against that back hip. And then if we watch into front foot strike, you can see Cody pushing, driving out of that position into front foot strike. You can see here some push and drive for Gibson into landing, but definitely late to where its foot is still down. You can see Cody's toes are still down, but you can see more like side of the foot, ball of the foot here. Cody's almost fully rotated. So definitely more acceleration through drive, pushing the hips through. We don't see that as much here. That's why Gibson's doing a really good job of keeping the trunk closed, with trunks like over closed, arms not even cocked yet, because hips need more time. That's what gives the hips time to come through. So you can see when the hips get through and the arm cocks, you can see the trunk is a little too far ahead. So if you look at Cody's trunk position, it's maybe slightly ahead of his hips, but somewhere right in line with his hips. You can see Gibson's head is way out here. So this is the point everything's coiling up for release. This is the point where the forces down here, rotational linear forces here, are transferring or coiling up into here to be then released. And then when the trunk is already far forward like this, now the trunk is going to lose forward trunk power. So you see just a lot of rotation out of this position. Like if I draw a line to show that position, there's some forward movement. It's just not that much. Mostly rotation. And because of that, if you watch Cody, you're going to see a tremendous amount of forward trunk movement. Okay. And you can see as he gets to release, the elbow stops right at the tip of the nose. You can see here with Gibson going into release, the elbow's like way out in front of the face here. That's because the release point has to be more out front, and his trunk didn't really travel forward. It was mainly rotational. So if the trunk's not going to travel all the way forward, now the elbow has to travel forward. And the problem is this is mostly layback forces, external rotation forces. This is adduction forces, which can be extremely hard on the elbow, and it just holds the elbow under tension longer, also because it delays pronation. It delays the arm turning over, like we see Cody here, internally rotating, pronating. It's delaying that, so it's definitely holding the torques. It pushes the torques higher, and it holds the torques longer on that elbow. It's harder on the elbow. So it's really getting to the point where landing is the key. At landing, getting not only separated, which Gibson did a good job, but it's getting that trunk back somewhere back here, somewhere behind this line here. And then that should, as you release, push all this forward trunk energy through and not force the elbow to have to overcompensate, which potentially is going to give you more velocity, and it's going to take some stress off your arm.